Where is this paradise that Jehovah's Witnesses have patiently been waiting for? Where is it? Now, you guys are familiar with Bernie Madoff. He pulled off the biggest Ponzi scheme in modern history. Collected over 60 billion, with a B, $60 billion. Cheated thousands and thousands of investors, people who truly believed in him. Assets, the currency, they really believed in him because he had a good reputation, right? And you say to yourself, how does one man con thousands of people? And he was doing this for decades. Collected over $60 billion by conning people. Does that sound familiar? Now, when it comes to the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses, right? They're governing body leaders. They'll speak a good game. Oh, if you want to see your deceased loved ones ever again, you have to join our religion. You want to live forever on a paradise earth, you have to join our religion. Jehovah's Witnesses have been conned for well over 100 years, patiently waiting, putting their life on hold, their dreams on hold, not getting married, not having families, not traveling the world, not pursuing a career or a legit education, a better education, putting their lives on hold for a Ponzi scheme paradise earth that we know it should have been here. Paradise should have been here. The last conversation I had with my mom, which was about 1.5 years ago, I asked my mom, I said, Mom, how do you really know that the governing body leaders, how do you know that they truly are God's spokesman? How do you know? What proof, what sufficient evidence do we have? Right away, she goes, oh, I can't believe you said that. You're doubting them? Meanwhile, my mom got baptized in her 20s. She has been a witness for 40 years. She's now in her 60s. She gave 40 years of her life patiently waiting for this paradise. She wasted precious time that my mom would never ever get back. She doesn't have another 40 years on this earth. People don't live to be in their hundreds. But it's sad that, just like Bernie Madoff, Jehovah's Witnesses put their faith and trust in men. Men that promise things that they can't fulfill. They can't fulfill these promises. Now, when I woke up from this cult, or should I say in my waking up process, I was watching videos from ex-witnesses that they was producing videos that came out 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, right? I woke up a few years ago in 2021. Now, even though these ex-witnesses that make these videos, like I said, some of these videos were 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Now, 10 years ago, I was, I believe I was inactive, but I was still a believer. I still believe in an organization. This is why timing is important. Timing is important. And I wasn't ready to wake up 10 years ago, even though there was a video, an XJW video that was created 10 years ago. It wasn't my time then. I was still a devout witness. Even though I was inactive, I was still devout, a believer. Now, when I encouraged my mother to think critically, I asked her, I said, Mom, how do you know that these governing body leaders really are God's spokesmen? How do you know? Her mind, she couldn't comprehend otherwise. I realized people have to wake up on their own due time. People have to wake up on their own due time, you know? But in the meantime, I wish Jehovah's Witnesses would really dwell on the fact that that paradise that you believe in, It should have been here. Deep down inside, they know this. This is why the governing body leaders, they don't want witnesses talking to people like me. Because I'm going to encourage Jehovah's Witnesses to think critically, to think outside the box. The governing body leaders, they don't want that at all. They don't want Jehovah's Witnesses to think. They just want them to waste their life, enslave, serve them, pay them. Just like people were paying Bernie Madoff. He didn't want people to have doubts. Oh, can I invest my money in this guy? Is this guy legit? Is Bernie Madoff, is he for real? Can I trust him? He didn't want people asking questions. He was able to finesse the system. He had charisma. He had, he knew how to speak to people, obviously. If you have thousands of people giving you their assets and currency, obviously you got some type of charisma. You know how to finesse the system. You know how to talk a good game. Just like the governing body leaders. But if you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, you have to ask yourself, because the number one reason why people are witnesses is because they fear death. Nobody wants to die. People are scared of death. And here you have people, a group of men telling you that you can live forever? What? Now they got you emotionally. They capture your heart. They got you. So you're going to do whatever you have to do in order to make it to this paradise. Even if it's not real. It sounds appealing. It sounds enticing. So they got you. They got you. But I wish Jehovah's Witnesses would just take the time to really think about things. Now, let's say that you was at a job, and we all need currency. We all got to pay bills. We got credit cards. We got car insurance, car notes. We got stuff to pay off, right? We all need to work to pay our bills. Now, let's say you start working at a job, and you're supposed to get paid every week. 2 weeks go by, and you run to your employer. Hey, listen, I've been working. I'm here on time. I'm doing my part. How come I don't have my paycheck? What's going on? And your manager, your employer says, oh, the checks are coming soon. But in the meantime, we got pizza. I ordered pizza for everybody. We got pizza in the break room. So help yourself to some pizza. Right? Another week goes by. Hey, you run to the employer. You run to your employer. Hey, listen, it's been 3 weeks. I'm working. I'm here on time. What's going on? Oh, he comes up with another excuse. Sorry. Yeah. I'm working on it. I'm working on the paychecks. In the meantime, we got a new water fountain. We got some sodas in the fridge, in the break room. Help yourself. How much longer are you going to keep going to that job, keep working, and you're not getting paid? Likewise, with Jehovah's Witnesses, they're focused on going to the meetings. They're focused on the assemblies, the conventions. They're all excited about all this new light. They're giving their precious, hard-working money into the donation boxes. They are literally slaving for this organization. And what are they getting in return? Keep your eyes on the prize. It's supposed to be paradise. The prize is supposed to be paradise. Forget that pizza that the governing body leader is talking about. Forget the soda that's in the fridge that the governing body leaders are giving you. With the men can now wear beards, women can now wear pants, all these distractions. The governing body leaders are good at distracting their members. But we ex-witnesses, we know what time it is. We see the organization for what it is. We see the governing body leaders for the frauds, for the con artists that they are. We see it for what it is. And all they're doing is keeping their members distracted. But if you're a Jehovah's Witness, a time needs to come where you have to start thinking critically. Because time is the one thing that we can never, ever get back. A lot of you guys know that my grandfather has woken up from this cult. Now, I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful for that. And when I spoke to him in person, he was beating himself up. He was saying, I'm so mad that I gave 50 years to this organization. And he knew that he could not get that precious time back. I'm happy he woke up. Better late than never. But time is the one thing that we can never get back. I had to stress that. Because everything, pretty much everything else is replaceable. People come and go. You can replace people. You can replace money. Money comes and goes. Material possessions come and go. But time is the one thing you can never get back. And it's so sad that Jehovah's Witnesses, they would rather listen to, 9 men now? 9 to 11 men in upstate New York. They would rather listen to men that's not even inspired by God. That's the sad part. They're not even inspired by God. They're regular, everyday men that claim they have some type of anointing, some Holy Spirit from God, right? They claim this. But Jehovah's Witnesses would rather listen to these men with their lives. Just like those people gave all their currency and their assets to Bernie Madoff back in the day. They trusted this man with everything. And in the process, they lost everything. They lost everything. And it's sad that Jehovah's Witnesses, they would rather gamble their lives. They would rather take that risk of slaving for this man-made organization, waiting and wasting their entire life, waiting for a paradise that they know damn well should have been here. It should have been here. When someone tells you that, the end is around the corner, we're living in the last days. Paradise is going to be here any day now. When they've been saying that for well over 100 years. Like I said, go back to that analogy I just mentioned about you working and you waiting week after week patiently. You're doing your part. You're going to work on time. You're a good worker. You have good work ethics, but you're not getting paid in return. And as I mentioned in my other videos, my older videos, you cannot even find the two words paradise, earth in the Bible. When the Bible speaks about paradise, if you look at the entire context of what it is, you will clearly see that it's speaking about a heavenly paradise. A heavenly paradise. Now, no one wants to hear this, but 100 years from now, in the year 2124, none of us are going to be here. Now, Jehovah's Witness, you don't have to believe this at all. Time will tell. It doesn't matter if you don't want to die, if you're scared of death. That's irrelevant. We all have an expiration on this planet. And I realized that, when it comes to Jehovah's Witnesses, they're just afraid. They're afraid of death, And people will go through extreme measures. They will do whatever it takes to avoid death. That's why people are in all sorts of different religions, that provide some type of false hope, or false pretense of hope. Because it's easier to believe in living forever on a paradise earth than it is to believe that, hey, we just live for 80, 90 years and we die, that's it. People don't want to hear that. They want to believe in a fairy tale paradise earth. But you know what? We all have an expiration date. Whether you want to believe that or not, whether you want to hear that or not, time will tell. If you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this video and you're in your 20s or 30s, when you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you. One of the last conversations I had with one of my former friends now, a sister, I woke up from the cult and I was encouraging her to do her research. And I said to her, listen, you're in your 30s, you're in your early 30s. I said to her, what's going to happen when you're in your 70s and you realize that paradise is not coming and you wasted your entire life slaving for this man-made organization? You wasted your entire life for nothing. I said, what then? What are you going to do then? What's your backup plan? She goes, well, if I'm in my 70s, I'm going to continue to patiently wait for Jehovah's Day. I'm going to wait for as long as it takes. It's sad that witnesses have that mindset. They have the mindset of, I'm going to continue to patiently wait no matter what. And the worst part about all this is that no witness really knows if paradise is really bound to come. They don't know. They're putting their life on hold, on pause, for a possibility, for a maybe. This might happen. I have faith that this is going to happen. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. If your entire life revolves around this organization, then you have every right to do your research on this religion. You have every right to verify that the information that the governing body leaders are telling you is legit. That this is real. This is your life we're talking about. Like being a Jehovah's Witnesses, this is not a hobby. This is not a part-time gig. This is everything. Every fiber of your being, every aspect of your life is controlled by this religion. But yet you can't research your organization just to verify, to make sure that this is legit. You can't do any additional research outside of jw.org. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense. So my question to the diehard Jehovah's Witnesses is, where is this paradise earth? Once again, forget the pizza. Forget about the beards. Forget about the pants. Forget about all this new light where you can now speak to the fellowship people. Forget about all these distractions. The governing body leaders, they are distracting their members. But every Jehovah's Witness, especially the ones who's been in it for 30 plus years, they should be scratching their heads, wondering, where is this paradise that we have been promised? I put my life on hold. I put my dreams on hold for this religion. Where's paradise? Where is it? My heart really goes out to witnesses because I already see what's going to happen. I already see millions of people in a cemetery, in graves, 100 years from now, dying, waiting for something that's never going to happen. I already see it. And I live my life, not since I woke up from this cult, I live my life knowing that tomorrow really could be the last day, my last day on this planet. I live my life knowing that I am going to die one day. I have an expiration date. I'm not going to be here 100 years. The year 2024, like I said, none of us are going to be here. We're not going to be on this planet. So with that being said, since our days are already numbered, you want to enjoy your life to the fullest. You want to surround yourself with real people. You want to travel. So once again, where is paradise? I'll tell you where paradise is. Paradise is every day that you wake up on this planet. You have air in your lungs. Your heart is beating. That's paradise. Paradise is when you're surrounded by real friends that love you for who you are. When you can be your real self around people. That's paradise. That's paradise. Paradise is knowing that you have a roof over your head, some food in your belly, and you're not out there in the streets. That's paradise. Paradise is the present. It's the here and now. It's not no make-believe pipe dream that should have been here a long time ago. That's not paradise. Paradise is in the present. And Jehovah's Witnesses fail to realize that just being alive, that's paradise in itself. Because not a lot of people wake up the next day. Not a lot of people have people that love them. Not a lot of people have a roof over their heads. Jehovah's Witnesses take life for granted. They really do. I say this because they are over here waiting for something that should have happened a long time ago. Should have been happened. But yet, they take life for granted because they're putting the life on pause patiently waiting for something that's not even here. Guys, sorry about that background noise. Patiently waiting for something that should have been here. Now, I mentioned earlier that people wake up on their own due time, right? Now, once again, in my waking up process, I was watching videos. People made XJW videos 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, right? If I stumbled across those videos 10 years ago, I would have looked at that video like, this is a passe lies. I wasn't ready back then. I wasn't ready to be woke from this cult back then. So there's a lot of people who's bound to watch this video in the future. As of right now, they might be shunning me. But, I'm making this video in the year 2024, December 2024. Someone might watch this video in 2028 and be like, oh, shoot, I could resonate to what this guy is saying. Because that's what I did in my waking up process. And when you wake up from the cult, when you wake up from this cult and you have your freedom for the first time, that is your paradise. That is your paradise. Your freedom is your paradise. Everybody wakes up on their own due time. There's going to be people watching this video in the year 2030. And currently, while I'm making this video, you could be a devout witness going to your meetings. You could be a firm believer. But you are bound to wake up in your own due time. Keep that in mind. People wake up when the time is right. And when you wake up from this cult, just like my grandfather did, he woke up in his late 70s. He's in his 80s now. But he woke up a few years ago during COVID. And he realized that, you know what? He said, I got my freedom. I got my freedom for the first time in a long time. And that, my friends, is priceless. Your freedom is your paradise. You living another day, that is your paradise. Don't waste your life waiting for a pipe dream. Slaving for a man-made organization. The time that we have on this earth, that is your paradise. We don't know what's going to happen once we die. There could be an afterlife of some sort. There may not be. Either way, we know that we have the present right here and right now to be thankful for and to be grateful for. So, in conclusion, where is this paradise that Jehovah's Witnesses have patiently been waiting for? The paradise is right here, right now. It's the life that you have right before you. That is your paradise. No one should be wasting their life for an organization that provides nothing but pipe dreams. Keep in mind, as a witness, it's always a one-way street. You're constantly giving. What do you get back in return? What do you get back in return? Maybe, a possibility of a promised new world that you can't even verify. You can't even do your own research to make sure that this is legit. But yet you're supposed to put all your eggs in one basket and just fully believe. When they've been saying the same thing for over 100 years, guys. Make that make sense. And in conclusion also, if the governing body leaders, if they got beards and pants wrong all this time, and if all this time now you could speak to the fellowship person, now someone could get reinstated in as little as 3 months. All this time they got all the small stuff, all the little things wrong, right? Beards, pants. You can now speak to somebody at the fellowship. They got all this minor stuff wrong, all this time, but yet you supposed to believe them with big things like a paradise. Like paradise is supposed to be around the corner. They got the small things wrong, but the big things, you're supposed to trust them with your entire life, right? Make that make sense. That makes no sense, guys. That makes no sense. So if you're woken up from this cult, Jehovah's Witnesses, be grateful, be thankful, because your paradise is right here, right now. A lot of people, sad to say, they won't be waking up from this religion. A lot of people are going to die. They're going to die believing in a lie. And my heart goes out to those people and their families. Nobody should go out like that. When I leave this planet, when I leave this earth, I'm gonna die surrounded by real friends. I'm gonna die with my freedom, not a part of any man-made organization. And that, my friends, is priceless. I'm gonna end this video on that note. I love you guys. I hope everybody is doing well. I'll see you in the next video.